Hi guys, I'm not able to be there with you today, so I made a video to help you through the lesson on markup in tax and markdown in tax. Please be kind to your substitute teacher. Please make sure that you're being helpful. Make sure you're being safe with your mask above your nose, and also make sure that you are being cooperative and listening to all your directions. All right, let's get started. Our learning targets today are I can solve problems involving markup and tax, and I can solve problems involving discount and tax. Julia is a store owner. She buys Beats headphones for a wholesale price of $97. She marks up the price to create the retail price. Callan walks into the store and he decides he wants to buy the headphones. He pays the retail price and he is charged tax. What would we need to know to find out how much Callan paid? Well, we would need to know what percent markup did Julia use? What is the retail price? And what is the percent tax? So I'm going to tell you that information on this slide. Julia marks up the price by 80% to create the retail price. Then Callan has to pay the retail price and 8% tax. So first, let's mark up this pair of Beats headphones by 80%. So that means that the customer is going to have to pay 100% and 80% extra for the markup. So the customer has to pay 180%. So we're going to do 1.80 times the price. Go ahead and find out what the retail price is. Okay, after an 80% markup, the retail price is $174.60. So Callan, who's buying these headphones, he never knows that Julia bought them for $97. All Callan sees is the retail price. All Callan sees is, oh, here are some headphones, and they are $174.60. So he picks them up and he goes to the cashier, and he has to pay that amount and tax. So he's going to pay 100% of that amount and 8% extra, which is 108%. So when we turn that into a decimal, that is 1.08 times that new price. All right, go ahead and find out how much Callan pays. Okay, so when rounded to the nearest penny, Callan pays $188.57. So we found out that Callan paid $188.57. Would you get the same answer if you did this? Callan paid 100% of the wholesale price, 80% for markup, and 8% tax. Added together, he paid 188%. Why don't we try this out? Let's do 1.88 times 97. All right, you should have gotten $182.36. That's wrong. This is the wrong method. The reason why this is wrong is because you'd be calculating tax on the wholesale price, but you need to find the retail price and then tax the retail price. So this should be a two-step problem. And if you try this method, you're going to come up with the wrong answer. This is the wrong method because it taxes the wholesale price, and that's not right. Store owner Sienna buys the laptops for $650. Sienna marks up the price by 70%. Aiden buys the laptop plus 4% tax. How much does Aiden pay for the laptop? All right, well, the wholesale price Sienna paid was $650, but she's going to mark that up before customers see it. And it says she's going to mark up the price by 70%. So that means the customers are going to have to pay 170%. So go ahead and do 1.70 times the wholesale price and find out the retail price. All right, you should have found that the retail price is $1,105. So when Aiden walks into the store, she only sees the retail price, which is $1,105. And if she wants to buy that, she has to pay this price with tax. Tax is 4%. So Aiden's going to have to pay 100% plus 4%. She's going to have to pay 104% of that price. So go ahead and do 1.04 times the retail price. All right, Aiden's going to have to pay $1,149.20. So we found out that Aiden paid $1,149.20. Would we get the same answer if we did this? You have to pay 100% of the wholesale price, 70% for the markup, and 4% for tax, which is 174%. Try it out. I want you guys to do 1.74 times 650 and see if you get the same price as we did in the last slide. All right, you should have gotten $1,131. That is wrong because you need to find the retail price first and then tax the retail price. This is the wrong method because it taxes the wholesale price, and that's not right. Store owner Stefan buys PlayStation 5s for $200. Stefan marks up the price by 195%. Dominic buys the PlayStation 5 plus 8% tax. How much does Dominic pay for the PlayStation 5? All right, so first, the wholesale price is $200, but as we said, the wholesale price is going to get marked up. Stefan marks up the price by 195%. So that means the customers are going to have to pay 100% plus 195%. They're going to have to pay 295%. So go ahead and do 2.95 times the wholesale price. All right, you should have found out that customers are going to have to pay $590 as the retail price. So when Dominic walks in to find this PlayStation, he only sees the $590 price. He has to pay that amount with tax. Tax is 8%, so he's going to have to pay 100% of that price plus the 8% tax. He's going to have to pay 108% of that price. So go ahead and do 1.08 times that price. All right, you should have found out that the retail price with tax is $637.20. Store owner Gianna buys the ballet shoes for $45. Gianna marks up the price by 82%. Aubrey buys the ballet shoes plus 8.5% tax. How much does Aubrey pay for the ballet shoes? Okay, so first we have to mark up the wholesale price to create the retail price. And it looks like Gianna uses a markup of 82%. So we're going to do 1.82 times the price. Go ahead and find out how much the retail price is. All right, we should get that the retail price is $81.90. So when Aubrey goes in to buy these ballet shoes, she only sees the retail price. She never notes that they were originally $45 wholesale price. So Aubrey needs to pay this retail price with tax, and tax is 8.5%. So that would be 100% plus 8.5%. That's 108.5%. So if you move the decimal over twice, that's 1.085 times the retail price. All right, you should get, when rounded to the nearest penny, $88.86. Alex wants to buy a new pair of Adidas. Alex walks into the store and notices that the Adidas are on sale. He pays the sales price and he is charged tax. What would we need to know to find out how much Alex paid? Well, we only were given the retail price, but they mentioned something about a sale price. They mentioned something about tax. So right away, I'd need to know what percent discount did he get? What is the sales price? And what percent tax was he charged? So on the next slide, I'm going to tell you all that information. So the Adidas are 30% off, and Alex has to pay the sales price with 9% tax. And we're going to find the total cost. So if I see this pair of shoes and at 30% off, that means I was going to have to pay 100%, but now it's 30% off. So I only have to pay 70%. So to find the discount price, go ahead and do 0.70 times the price. All right, we should find that the discount price is 45.493. Now, don't round that right now. I know it's really tempting to say $45.49. I just don't want you to round it until we're at the very end of the problem because we might be off by a penny if we round too soon. So for the sale price, just keep that long decimal in your mind. So Alex has to pay that sales price with 9% tax. So Alex is going to have to pay 100% of that and 9% extra. That's 109%. So go ahead and calculate 1.09 times that unrounded price. All right, now since we're at the end of the problem, we are going to finally round. So the price after the discount with tax is going to be $49.59. Okay, on this slide, I have all the work that we just did, but I want to go over what would happen if we rounded at this step. Let's find out. If we rounded at this step midway through the problem too early, we would find that the sale price was $45.49. What if we taxed that amount? Would we get the right answer? Let's see. So this was 9% tax, right? So if we did 1.09 times that rounded price, I want you guys to try that out. What would you get? You should have found that you would get, rounded to the nearest penny, $49.48. And that is wrong. And that is why we don't round until we're at the last step of a problem, because you might be slightly off. All right, the bonsai tree is 15% off. Abby paid the sales price with 6.5% tax. Find the total cost. So first, Abby was going to have to pay 100%, but now it's 15% off, so she only has to pay 85%. So go ahead and do 85% of that price. Okay, you should have found out that Abby has to pay $46.75. So she brings it up to the cash register. They say the sales price is $46.75, and now they charge her tax. So she's going to have to pay 100% of that sales price and 6.5% extra. That's 106.5%. If you move the decimal over twice, you're going to have to do 1.065 times the price. All right, go ahead and find out what you get. All right, you should have found out that when rounded to the nearest penny, Abby has to pay $49.79. The iPhone is 45% off. Lexi pays the sales price and 8% tax. Find the total cost. So 100% minus 45%, she only has to pay 55%. So go ahead and find out what 55% of the retail price is. All right, when you calculate this, you should get this long decimal, and you're going to keep the entire thing and bring it over for sales price. We're not going to round yet. We're going to find that long decimal with 8% tax. So that means that Lexi's going to have to pay 100% of the price and 8% extra. That's 108%. So go ahead and do 1.08 times that long decimal. All right, you should get, when rounded to the nearest penny, $326.69. Store owner Julia buys Hydro Flask for $10. The price gets marked up by 80%. Allie has a 20% off coupon. What is the sale price? All right, in this problem, We have to mark up the Hydro Flask to make a retail price. Then Allie comes in with a coupon. We have to mark it back down. So here we go. First, we have to mark up the price by 80%. So that means the customers have to pay 100% plus 80%. The customers have to pay 180%. So go ahead and do 1.80 times 10. Okay, you should get $18. So the retail price, therefore, is going to be $18. But Allie comes in and she has a 20% off coupon, which means Allie was going to have to pay 100%, but now it's 20% off. So she only needs to pay 80%. So go ahead and do 0.80 times the retail price. Okay, the sales price would be $14.40. Would you get the same answer if you did this? So you're going to start with 100% of the price. You're going to add the 80% markup. Then you have 180% of the price and you take 20% off. And that's 160%. Would you get the same answer if you found 160% of the wholesale price? Go ahead and try it out. Go ahead and do 1.60 times $10 and see if you get the right answer. If you do this method, you get $16, and that is wrong. You need to find the retail price, then discount the retail price. Store owner Caden buys skateboards for $68. Caden marks up the price by 75%. Cooper has a 10% off coupon. What is the sales price of the skateboard? So first, Caden needs to mark up the price by 75%, which means customers are going to have to pay 100% plus 75% extra. So that's 175%. So go ahead and do 1.75 times the wholesale price. All right, you should have found out that the retail price is going to be $119. So for the retail price, Cooper is going to see that it's $119. But Cooper has a 10% off coupon. So instead of having to pay 100%, he gets to get 10% off, so he only has to pay 90%. So go ahead and find out what 90% of $119 is. All right, you should have found that the price is going to be $107.10. What happens if you mark up the price by 50%, then mark down the price by 50%? Let's take a look. Store owner Dylan buys backpacks for $20. The price of each backpack is marked up by 50%. Sarah has a 50% off coupon. What is the sales price? So first, the wholesale price is going to get marked up by 50%. So that means customers are going to have to pay 100% plus 50% extra. That's 150%. So go ahead and find out what 150% of $20 is. All right, you should have gotten that's $30. So Sarah sees that this backpack is $30 and she has a 50% off coupon. So that means that Sarah was going to have to pay 100%, but it's 50% off, so she only has to pay 50%. So go ahead and find out what 50% of $30 is. All right, you should have gotten $15. So even though we marked up the price 50% and marked it down 50%, it did not return to the original price of $20. The final price is not the same as the original price. When we started with $20 and we marked it up on 50% of $20. Now we have $30, and when we marked it down 50% off on $30. So the price, $15, did not go back to the original price of $20. What happens if you mark down the price by 5% and then apply 5% tax? Do you think the price will go back to what it was originally? Miss Wall buys a Crunchwrap Supreme with a 5% off coupon. She has to pay 5% tax. What is the final cost of a Crunchwrap Supreme? So first, my meal is going to get discounted. It's 5% off. So I was going to have to pay 100%, but now it's 5% off. So I only have to pay 95%. So go ahead and find out what 95% of this meal would cost. Okay, you should have found out that it would be 3.325, and we're not going to round. So if the discount price is 3.325, but now I have to pay 5% tax. So I'm going to have to pay 100% of that and 5% extra. That's 1.05 times this price. Go ahead and find out what that is. All right, you should have found out that I would have to pay $3.49. The final price is not the same as the original price. So even if you do 5% off and then 5% added back on, you're not going to get the same price as what you started with. All right, target practice. The wholesale price of the watch is $40. Find the retail price after a 45% markup, then find the total including 8% tax. Go ahead and try this one out, then unpause to see if you got the right answer. All right, here's my answer. So first I marked up the price by 45%. I got $58 for the retail price. Then I marked up the retail price by 8% for tax, and I got $62.64. All right, go ahead and start your homework.